Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new, welcome back if you're not, and welcome home if that sits perfectly for you. It sits perfectly for me today. It's been a while. I know everybody's got a lot going on in their lives. Here's what we're going to do. Next 10 days, pick a card, pick a deck, right? We have 3. We have LightSeers Tarot. Let's see. How does this feel for you today, right? Remember, your intuition is the most important thing in any reading, in any place in your life where you're looking for insight. You got to trust your gut. How does that feel to you, right? Are these your messages today? Maybe. Maybe. That's pile number 1. Here's pile number 2, the After Tarot. So this is a deck that gives you the moment after the standard Rider-Waite. How does that feel to you today? Are these your messages today? We're talking about the next 10 days. Oh, look at that. An upside down. Gotta fix that. Number 3 is the Miriyan Tarot. How do those feel to you? Are these your messages today? How does that feel in your body? Interesting. Interesting. All right. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to give you a totem for these. All right, for pile number 1, I have this beautiful agate star. For pile number 2, I have this great labradorite wing. It's hard to see the flash in this light, but it's lovely. For pile number 3, I've got this milky quartz star, wow. Okay, pile number 1ers, Snowflake. Right? I'm a huge fan of the snow. How does that feel to you? Here's what I'd like you to do. Allow these piles to pick you, right? You can listen to 1, 2, or all of these messages. What you must do is use your intuition, right? If these messages resonate for you, feel free to pick them up and put them into action in whatever way you see fit. If they don't, leave them here, right? There's plenty of other pick-a-card readings. There's plenty of other messaging available. So sit with these. What we will do is the same as always. We will do a shuffling where we gather our oracle piles, and then we'll get into our readings. If you choose to be with me during the shuffling, sometimes we get collective messages. So we'll see how that goes today, right? 1, 2, 3. I'll see you in the shuffle. All right, guys. I'm going to do this mostly in silence today, mostly because I'd like you to get in touch with your intuition, with what feels right for you. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. Take your time. Hey, pile number 1. Those of you who chose the star. Let's get in here and see what's going on. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if my cat was going to walk through your reading or not. She chose not to. All right, let's see what's up for you guys, shall we? All right, you start off with the plight of the wanderer. This card is all about when you are kind of experiencing that, the dark night of the soul, right? And this is a reminder, like I want you to look at this, right? I want you to look at him. This is a reminder that it's never your soul that is experiencing that dark night. Your soul knows, right? Your soul is the light. It's just your person that's walking through the darkness. And sometimes when you're walking through that darkness, what you're being asked to do is to put down the stuff that you don't need to carry, right? So that you have room for the light, so that you can witness what is being offered to you as the light, right? All right, you also come in with Spirit, which is renew, detox, purify, and cleanse. This card is talking about really stepping in with that reverence, right? Making that fresh start, witnessing what kind of funk you're hauling around. Where are you muddy? What do you need to clean off, right? Is that your physical body? Is that your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body? It doesn't really matter what needs to be cleansed as long as you're mindful of cleansing it, right? Understanding what that is. So discernment here. You have message in a bottle. This is beautiful, right? This is about signs. This is about the way that the universe speaks to you. If you are looking for a yes or no, this is a yes right here. This is a yes. This is reminding you to listen with all of your senses, right? With all of your senses, to understand what it is that you're being asked to do. You understand here, there's all this beautiful water again, right? Oh, and you have Mercury in Aries. Interesting, right? Mercury in Aries is a restless energy, right? We see this as restlessness. But Mercury in Aries is all about that, okay, I'll say it, is all about that sense of brutal honesty. I am not a fan of brutal honesty as you speak, but with yourself, sometimes brutal honesty is the only way we get through the veils of nonsense that we have put in our own way. And so if you're being asked to be brutally honest, to listen to a message, right, to witness this symbol as for you, right, this message as for you. Sometimes you have to kind of employ shocking tactics with yourself, right? All right. Let's give some more insight to those of you who've chosen pile number 1, right? What insight can we give here as we talk about the way that pile number 1 needs to move forward for the next 10 days? What is in store? What is important? Wow. Okay. So you start with the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, Strength, and the Sun. These are lovely cards, honestly. My pile number ones, my star people. So what the universe is trying to speak to you about is, first of all, it's a real situation. Wow, look at that. It's a real situation in your life, right? It's something tangible, something practical, something real, something that you are experiencing. So let's make an assumption here. Wow, you guys, this is awesome. So something in your life has moved from theory to practice, right? There's been something that's been brewing in your idea for quite a while, and perhaps you've been holding yourself back. You've been healing from something in the past that has not been allowing you to step forward in a way that you want, right? You're not calling in your desires. You're not creating from that place of desire because you're carrying a little bit of baggage, right? You're hauling something around from the past that has you doing this this soul work, right? Diving very deeply into your psyche, into your subconscious, into your heart. And guess what? That's okay, right? That's okay. What the universe is asking you is whether or not you believe that you're healed enough to move forward. And what the universe is telling you is that the universe itself believes that you are. So do you believe that you're in alignment with what the universe is asking you to do, right? There's new information coming your way. There's opportunities, plenty of opportunities. If you are, I want to use the word brave enough, right? If you are feeling brave enough, to come out from a place that has been feeling secure. And here's the deal. You have to stay in that place that feels like security until you believe you're healed, right? But once you believe you're healed, it's time to move, right? Absolutely. It absolutely is. And so the universe might be nudging you forward and saying, hey, by the way, pile number one, you've been doing a lot of work here, but it's time to witness that work as a stage of completion, right? We're not talking about fully complete because none of us are ever fully complete, right? But there comes a point in time, where the universe gets to say to you, okay, I see what you've been doing. I honor your journey. I witness the work that you've put in. It's time to start claiming your rewards, right? It's time to start claiming your rewards. And pile number one, that's what the universe is saying to you. It's time to start claiming your rewards. I think you know this. I think you're kind of feeling that impulse, right? You have a couple of wands here that are really talking about the way that you're connecting in with the things that are coming for you, right? You've done this work, and now it's time to kind of rock yourself out of the rut that look at that you've been in. She really wanted to come out. So here's what I have to say to you. Now is the time. All signs point to yes, right? I think this is a brilliant, brilliant message. I want to pull a little bit more. We're going to kind of look for some clarity on the ends here. So you come up with the Chariot and the Star. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And the Ace of Wands. Listen, pile number one. Whatever it is that you've been sitting on, whatever it is you've been healing for yourself, whatever you're coming out of, your time is now, right? Your time is now. And all I can say is all signs point to yes. Let's say it again. All signs point to yes, right? This is the place where desire meets action. This is the place where you get to move through your own healing. This is the place where you become a flame for yourself and for everyone else, right? Your balance is your leading edge. So don't be afraid to shift position, right? You've learned how to balance as a dynamic function of your life, right? Balance isn't a thing that once achieved, we're there, right? We have to keep moving as balance. Let the universe guide you. You have plenty of guidance. Come out, right? Come out from your darkness and understand that you are the light and the darkness, right? You're all of it. Woo! Listen, pile number one, hit like, hit subscribe, come back and let me know how this goes. This is beautiful. And I wish you nothing but the best. Yeah. Take care. Be super blessed because guess what? You are. Hey, pile number two. Those of you who chose the wing, let's get into your messages, shall we? All right, you start off with the littlest blessing. Okay, so this talks about something that you're not seeing, right? Something that is available to you, but you might be looking past or through or over. That there's something in your peripheral that you haven't quite caught up with yet, but is there, right? It's present. So make sure that you're paying attention. The Illusionist. Okay, so this is divert, spellbind, revamp, and unveil. So this talks about some illusions, right? Again, some truth, some mirroring, some reflecting that's going on. This is really talking about something that appears as a thing, but is not. So you might be looking at something and not seeing something else, right, for what it is. So if you're looking at thing A as this is what I need, this is what I want, this is where I want to go, and then there's thing B and you're like, nah, you know what, that doesn't look like enough to me, right? So there's something that's being asked for you to look at in your field that you're not paying attention to just now, right? Oh, well, okay. So you get the not for you card. Now, interesting. So this is a no, right? This is a no answer. So, okay. All right. So you're getting this, right? So there's something that is a rejection and you have to witness that as a protection, right? Something that seems fulfilling, but is not. Something that, looks beautiful, right? This is like the sirens. They sound beautiful. They're hypnotic and enchanting. However, they bring you to a demise. So there is definitely something in your awareness, pile number two, that is not for you, but you want it anyway, right? Oh, look at that. So you get Virgo, Venus in Virgo, right? Beautiful. So Venus in Virgo, Venus is a lovely energy, especially in Virgo. This is that energy that asks you to use your discernment, right? The key word here is discrimination. And so Venus in Virgo talks about what it is you're allowing into your periphery, what you're creating as your structure. And the fact of the matter is that if you're creating your structure on something that is flawed in terms of its sustainability, in terms of its foundation, or its capacity to withstand life in general, what's happening is that you are creating, let me put it this way, you're setting yourself up for failure, right? So, okay, my pile number 2s. Let's get some more insight. How are you engaged, okay, in the choosing of something that is not quite for you? Okay, so we already have something that looks like a brilliant opportunity, right? But is not. So, okay, so what you're being asked to do is to make sure that you're looking at this as an opportunity. Because the fact of the matter is you can conjure whatever you want. But, you know, the beautiful saying goes like this: be cautious with what you conjure, because if you have to banish it, that's a lot of work, right? That's a lot of work. The cycle of creation and destruction is amazing. So you have plenty of opportunity in your field. It seems to me as though perhaps what's been happening is that you've been choosing out of habit. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I think you've been choosing out of habit. And there might be something that's new that you're not even looking at as, I don't even want to say a viable option, but as not part of your legacy, as not part of your future. And in fact, I mean, look, you have the Ten of Pentacles sitting under the deck. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the King and Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Magician, the Hierophant, right? So how are you moving as this thing that's just in recreation instead of creation, right? The key here is when you're choosing recreation, you're pulling everything forward. You're not using your discrimination. You're not using your discernment. So pay attention to the small things, right? Pay attention to how the small things, inspire you. And again, we're talking about things that create a flawed foundation, right? And if you have those inklings in your intuition, if you have those inklings in your intuition, it might feel stable, but it's also not fulfilling, right? Choosing fulfillment is never about choosing failure, right? If you're choosing with your heart, and not, I think you're being asked to make a choice between, the words I want to use here are love and money, but we know that all of those are representative of deeper concepts, right? There's love. There's the intangible nature of a choice. And then there's money, the tangible thing, right? And so if you're being asked perhaps to look at value versus value, small v versus a big V, or worth versus worth, small w versus a big W, I think that there's a distinction here, something that you've always believed to be true, and yet it's not. Right? And how this polarity shows up for you is it's reactive. It's it is an old polarity story. And the way that you're choosing to pull it forth into your experience right now, let's say it feels a little worn, it feels a little tiresome, but you're definitely hauling baggage into a current event. And if you're hauling baggage into a current event, you cannot create in this place. You can only recreate. And guess what? That's not... the message is that's not what you're being asked to do right now. If you want to create something new, you have to come at it in a brand new way. So my pile number 2s, those of you who chose this glorious wing, what is the action that pile number 2 can take that will allow them to move through this lesson? Wow, quickly. So again, you are asked to synthesize, right? Your experience versus, well, no, your experience with your wisdom, right? Creating from a solid foundation. Excuse me. This place of solid foundation. How do you synthesize the past with the present? Well, if you can only witness things in the present, then you've already synthesized that, right? You can't look backward and recreate what's there because it doesn't exist anymore. It only exists in your mind. But if you want a bright and shiny future, you have to look at that in a different way. You have to be in this space of active creation. So minding your ideas, right? Minding your ideas is key for you guys. Not being caught up in the illusion of something from the past, witnessing that you have been protected and you are still being protected, right? And the way that you move into this space of chosen duality is to remember that you're always in creation in every moment, right? This isn't a thing we stop and we think, okay, well, I'm going to create here. I'm going to create in this moment. So that means I'm going to da 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 da. No, that is not what creation is about, right? Creation is about being in your chosen feeling state in every moment and just allowing what you need to magnetize to you. To being the synthesis, to allowing things to fall by the wayside that aren't active parts of that process of creation, to not falling prey to the cycle of recreation, right? You're not cycling, you're not recycling, you're cycling in the new right now. Right? You're not pulling things from the past. That's tiresome. That's labor. That's work. All you're doing is being in creation. And guess what? When you're in creation, it's all right there. It's all right there. I hope that makes sense. My pile number 2s. It honestly, it's a beautiful message. Let me know. Let me know if this applies to you, how that feels to you. And if this makes sense to you. I hope so, because it sure feels like a great message to me. Hit like, hit subscribe. Come back and let me know how this goes, right? I definitely want to know. Yeah, you guys be super blessed. And be as your own creation, right? You're not recreating. You're not. You can only create brand new. Be blessed, guys. Take care. Hey, pile number 3. Those of you who chose the Snowflake, let's see what your messages have to say to you. Look at that. You have snow in your card. See it? Come on, that's great. So this card is in the vastness of it all. So there's a little bit of a dichotomy, kind of a paradox in this card all unto itself, right? So this card is talking about the vastness of the universe, right? Like when you sit on the side of a mountain and you contemplate how big the world is and how small you are, right? But you also get to see that you're reflected in that vastness. that those times and places where you doubt your impact, where you doubt your importance, the answer is already there, preloaded into your, just preloaded into your being, right? So sometimes, sometimes the vastness makes you feel small, and sometimes it makes you feel huge, right? You are the universe in both the as above, so below, right? You're the above, you're the below, and everything in between is you. So just depending on your perspective, depends on how you feel into that, right? Look at that. You also have the Alchemist. So this is talking about rebirth. This is talking about synthesis. This is talking about how you are the shadow and the light. You are the largeness and the tininess. This is about transformation. It's about starting all over again, right? It's about the wonder of that miracle of witnessing yourself as both and all. Change, refract, infuse, and transmute, right? So this is really the nature of all things woven into the being of your oneness, right? The polarity of all of those things. And you are the fulcrum on which it all rests. You are the unfolding, right? The bud and the blossom all in one. All right, you come in with the tribe. So this is about being seen. This is about community. This is about knowing where you fit, how you belong, right? How you belong. This is quite a lovely message so far. Pile number 3, Venus and Taurus, romance. Okay, that's beautiful. Right, Venus is that sense of home, right? The way that we choose to experience home, what it sounds like, looks like, tastes like, feels like, smells like. Always self-reflexive and always in motion, right? That's the key to that sense of home. It's always in motion. It feels like the place you belong, and that might shift and change, right? You belong everywhere. And so the way that you choose to experience that belonging is 100% up to you. And when you doubt it, there's always something that calls you back home. So what is the messaging for pile number 3? What is pile number 3 being asked to pay attention to for the next 10 days, most specifically? Wow, I don't know, but we're struggling with these cards here. Let's shuffle one more time, shall we? There we go. Okay. So, my happy pile number 3s, those of you who chose the snowflakes. You know, think about this. Snowflakes are a tribe, yet no two are the same, right? They're also part of a process of beingness, right? Snowflakes are the crystallization of water, and yet there are many other forms that snowflakes take. So how do you fit? How do you find yourself in that process? Well, guess what? That's what we're talking about. So you start off with the 4 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So how have you been feeling left out? What do you believe you're missing, right? Guess what? You get to experience that however you want to experience it. But that is definitely changing for you. My pile number 3s. I think that you're beginning to unfold the nature of your true self with the beliefs that you've held in the past. Oh my. I'm sorry, a little bird just almost flew into my window. So take that for whatever it is. Wow. Okay, so you have some things that you're being asked to release in terms of the way that you've chosen to be part of your own story. And what that means is that you can either look away from it or you can lean into it. You can witness yourself as holding all those pieces or of holding none of those pieces. And the key to your story is your perspective, 100%. Again, if you sit in a position that says, I'm lacking, well, then you're lacking. And if you sit in a position that says, I have everything I need, then you have everything you need. I mean, there's a whole bunch of dichotomy here. There's a whole bunch of polarity that can only be answered and addressed if you witness the fact that, wow, that you are the light, that you are the one who's using their discernment, and that any and everything that you've experienced up till now has just been an experience, a gift from the universe. And in any way that you have tried to move past a thing and it hasn't left you, that's because you're holding on to it. How can you make a bigger, better choice? How can you make a choice that encompasses your present, right? Because your present is the choice, right? The past is the past. The vastness is the vastness. What you choose to hold space for right now, where you believe you belong, is where you believe you belong. And what you're creating is what you're creating. You have tons of majors here. Judgment, the Fool, the Lovers, the Star, the Hermit, the Emperor, the Hierophant. And 2 tens. What are you creating? Are you creating this belief that you're overwhelmed, that you can't move through life in the way that you want, that you can't hold the space that you choose to hold right now? Disagree. You can. All you have to do is choose it. You can look away. You can feel deprived. You can feel less than. You can feel scarcity, or you can feel abundance. Either way, the choice is yours, right? Either way, the choice is yours. How you choose to experience a thing is how you choose to experience it. What comes in for you is what comes in for you. And your ideas, your beliefs, your leading edge is always your leading edge. You get to choose to walk away from any old beliefs that are not working for you. You know what they are. You know what they are. The only holding back is your holding back, right? You tell yourself a story of being supported, you're supported. You have that ability. You have that opportunity. So how you choose to step into that, my pile number 3s, is how you choose to step into that. As always, you will be guided most successfully if you choose from that place of openness, right? So in any way that you've been looking at your situation as unwinnable, as this is where I'm stuck, ask yourself, how can I change my belief about this situation? And then something miraculous happens. The situation itself is transmuted, right? The opportunity opens in a new way, right? The playing field shifts and changes in your favor. And that doesn't mean it is in someone else's disfavor. That means everybody has the same opportunities. And all you were doing was telling a story that went like this. Oh, why bother? Nope. No, sir or ma'am. No, my pile number 3s. The universe is holding space for you right now. The universe is in fact inviting you to move in a brand new way, to witness how you are a reflection of the universe itself. Your legacy depends on your motion right now. These energies that are coming in will support you in whatever it is you need to move away from, but you must use all of your capacity to witness how you are the in-between, between what has been and what is, right? Love this moment. It's yours. It's all yours. You're scripting it. Make sure that you're scripting it with your soul. Pile number 3, whatever this opportunity is for you to bridge your own gap, I hope that you take it, right? I hope that you put things into motion that will make yourself proud. I think you have that capacity. You're certainly being invited to love your life in a deeper way, in a brand new way, right? In a way that looks like something completely other than what you've looked at it as before. So I wish you the best. I am grateful that you were here, and I'd like you to hit like and subscribe so you can come back and let me know how this goes for you, because I am always interested. And until I see you next time, be super blessed.